The call came in around 4:58 p.m. from the Capri Motel in Lake Worth Beach, Florida. Someone reported a possible drowning in the motel pool. The person who called said they heard a man yelling something about how she was trying to kill herself. When police arrived, they saw two men standing outside the pool area, and one of them was 45-year-old Drew Williams from Ormond Beach. When an officer asked if someone had drowned, Drew said, "No," and then told them he had just pulled someone out of the pool. But when the deputy asked where she was, Drew said, "I do not know."
Welcome back to Love and Murder, Heartbreak to Homicide. This Florida Man Friday episode is being hosted by Kai's AI co-hosts while she's on vacation and taking some much-needed time away. She'll be back with you in January.
Before we get back into today's case, a quick note. Now's the time to join the Patreon. Patreon.com/loveandmurder. Kai has a bonus episode coming out that is not an easy listen, but it's an important one. In it, she tells you a case involving parents who decapitated two of their children and locked the remaining children inside the house with the bodies. Kai narrates this bonus episode and will be available to the Lamb Fam at the $5 tier and above. Patreon.com/loveandmurder.
Now let's get back to today's Friday case.
The woman in question was Drew's fiancée, who is not being named in the reports. Their relationship was already messy before anyone ever stepped foot inside that pool. She was the one supporting them. She told deputies she was the breadwinner and that Drew would use her money on alcohol and then get aggressive when he drank. She also said that she was in the early stages of Parkinson's disease, which made the whole situation even more frightening and frustrating for her. Drew, for his part, tried to spin a whole different version to police later, claiming that she had dementia and Parkinson's and had needed to be Baker-acted in the past. But deputies quickly reported that she was mentally alert when they made contact with her. She just couldn't stop crying and pointing at Drew. On the same day of this case, September 6, 2025, she had checked Drew's phone and found out he was cheating on her. That alone would end a relationship for most people, but it didn't stop there. She also saw he was spending her money on another female that lives in the motel. That pushed her over the line. She told him the engagement was off, told him to go live with the other woman, and made it clear she wouldn't marry him. Drew didn't take it well. According to her statement, he told her,
"If you ever leave me, I will find you and find a way to kill you."
She believed him because he had already warned her that his family was dangerous. According to her, he said his father once pointed a gun at her mother's head and his younger brother was in prison for killing someone. And she said this wasn't even the first time he tried to hurt her. She claimed Drew had tried to kill her before by choking her, but police had never been called for that one. After the argument and breakup, she went to the motel pool by herself. She uses the railings near the deeper end to do breathing exercises, putting her face down while holding the railing near the deep end. Drew knew all about this routine because they'd been in the pool together many times when she did it. That's why she said it was a little weird when he showed up and asked if she was okay, because he'd never shown concern about her routine before. She watched as he looked around to see if anyone was around, and then came into the pool. She didn't think anything was wrong at that exact moment, but she definitely felt something off. Then, all of a sudden, she said that Drew grabbed her, pulled her into the middle of the pool without her consent, and forced her underwater by pressing both his hands against her back. She estimated he held her under for about 5 minutes while she was trying to push up for air, but he kept her down. A witness later told deputies they saw the exact same thing. Drew forcing her underwater while she couldn't breathe. The witness said Drew didn't say a single word during the actual attack. They saw her struggling and said she was unable to breathe. When Drew realized someone else was there watching, he suddenly started yelling, "She's trying to drown herself." And that's when they called 911. Deputies started looking for her after Drew claimed he didn't know where she was. They found her on the property, standing alone, visibly panicked and soaked, consistent with having been in the pool.
She appeared extremely emotional and struggled to communicate in English. She was repeatedly pointing at the pool and Williams, stating that he tried to kill her and motioning as if being held or pushed underwater.
Drew gave deputies several different stories. First, she's trying to drown herself, or she was trying to kill herself. Then it was that he saw her thrashing in the pool from his room window, so he went downstairs, entered the pool, and pulled her out by her elbow. He kept repeating that she had dementia and Parkinson's and needed to be Baker acted. He also kept saying he didn't know where she went after he supposedly rescued her. He didn't follow her, he didn't appear worried, and he didn't give deputies anything that resembled a consistent explanation. Drew was arrested and charged with attempted homicide and domestic battery. He was later released on bond with conditions that he stay away from her. His next court date was set for October 6th, but there haven't been updates beyond the initial charges and arrest. What we do know is that this wasn't an accident, and according to her, it wasn't even the first attempt. And the way she was found, wet, panicked, shaking, and pointing straight at him, matched exactly what the witness had seen. A breakup, infidelity, drinking, money, jealousy, threats. All of it spiraled into what could have easily been a homicide if the wrong person hadn't walked by that pool at the right moment. And that's the part of these cases that sticks with you. 5 minutes underwater. 5 minutes is a lifetime when someone bigger and stronger has their hands on your back and nobody is around to hear you scream. But this time, someone did hear her. And that's the only reason this didn't end as a recovery instead of a rescue.
What did you think of this case? And before you leave your comments, we want to remind you this case is still ongoing, so everything said here is alleged.
Now let us know your thoughts in the comments below or in the Patreon. Patreon.com/loveandmurder. This podcast exists because of listeners who want more than headlines, and Patreon is where that deeper work lives. Bonus cases, Kai rants, and episodes that don't fit the usual format all live there. If that sounds like your kind of space, you can join us at patreon.com/loveandmurder.
Thanks for listening all the way to the end. Give this case a share, and we'll see you in the next case.